Curtin University is a globally recognized institution which is ranked in the top 1% of the universities worldwide. And this is by the QS World University ranking.
What after the student visa is, over, right? So how is the process that works? Say a student has graduated and has got a job, okay? Then how the visa has to be converted or what has to be done, and also if the student has completed but still wants to not got a job right away but wants to still wait and look for a job, then how does it work? I would like to ask that.
I think the point that I did mention earlier, that because the government is very supportive in terms of the students, earning while they're learning, what they focus a lot more is trying to ensure that these students start forward with internships that can be converted into full-time jobs.
Then definitely.
We have a dedicated committee, so the scholarship committee looks into all of these applications to see where can we help the student out, because in the end of the day, that's the whole point. We're trying to make a difference in the student's life, in their education, to ensure that they are ever ready.
Hello everyone. Welcome back once again to PSA powered by Global Reach. I am back again with another session and another destination. Today we are talking about Dubai, and this is the first time that we are covering Dubai, and an institution from Dubai is also going to participate in the discussion. So as you all know, I am Supriya Acharyya, Assistant Manager at PSA. And I take this opportunity to welcome Ms. Firdous Rafiqueuddin, Assistant Manager Admissions from Curtin Dubai, today to the session. Hello Firdous, thank you for joining the session today.
Thank you so much for having me here, and I'm really happy to have joined the session.
Yeah, same here. So let's begin the session with an introduction to Curtin Dubai specifically, and also the global presence of Curtin as a whole. So over to you.
All right. Thank you so much once again. So just to give you an idea, Curtin University is a globally recognized institution which is ranked in the top 1% of the universities worldwide. And this is by the QS World University ranking. It obviously started first from Australia and has expanded to multiple countries, including Malaysia, Singapore, Mauritius, Sri Lanka, and of course, Dubai. So our Dubai campus is located in the city's educational hub, which is Dubai Academic City, and offers the same high quality Australian degree, but with an added advantage of being in a dynamic global business hub. We offer programs in business, engineering, IT, psychology, design, and more, with a very strong focus on hands-on learning and industry connections. Our simple goal is to ensure that students don't just earn a degree, but also gain real-world experiences and career-ready skills. So whether you're looking for a top-ranked education or an exciting career opportunity, Curtin Dubai truly has a lot to offer. So with that being said, let's just have a glimpse at the Curtin Dubai campus as well.
Yeah, sure. Let's have a look.
Curtin University Dubai offers students the opportunity to study commerce, science, or arts in Dubai International Academic City, the world's largest higher education zone, or pursue engineering at the Integrated Technology Park, Dubai Silicon Oasis, in the epicenter of technology and engineering, a place where you can learn to shape the future and make tomorrow better today.
Okay. So that was a wonderful view of the university campus. I feel like, reaching there right away. So it brings me to the next question, how do you give the multicultural environment to the students? Like if you talk about the country-wise ratio of, in comparison to Indian students, then what kind of a ratio is it that you have?
All right. Okay. So I think it's simple to say we are truly a multicultural place. We have students for over 74 nationalities, which makes the campus a very dynamic and exciting space to learn and grow. Since Dubai itself is such an international hub, our classrooms naturally reflect that sort of diversity. You get to meet people from different backgrounds, experience new cultures, and build connections that go beyond the borders. As for the student mix, we do have a strong representation from South Asia, especially from India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, along with students from the UAE. So these are like the expats that are being raised here. We do have quite a few queries that come in from here. We do have other GCC countries, Africa, Europe, and Central Asia. This diversity isn't just great for making friends, but it also gives like a student's global perspective and an international network that can open doors for their future careers. So this is a holistic idea in terms of how many nationalities do we have across.
Hi, my name is Kirtina. I'm the graduate of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechanical Engineering at Curtin University Dubai. I was the president of the Student Council for the year 2022 to 2023. So I'm from the village Kotapallur, which is very close to the Spaceport of India, Indian Space Research Organization. So I had an opportunity to witness about 20 to 22 launches since my childhood. So that's my main inspiration of what got me into engineering. In multiple instances, I've been into the mission control room, and I've also witnessed some maiden launches of India, like the interplanetary missions and everything. So that has been my main inspiration for why I picked my mechanical engineering at Curtin University Dubai. So everything about the engineering program was really exciting. I'm particularly interested in aerospace engineering, so the concepts behind the latest 3D printed rocket is discussed in our coursework. So I really love that about the program. It's not just theoretical, it's very hands-on and also industry-oriented, which means that all the latest trends in the industry are included in our curriculum. We've also had a lot of guest speakers and guest lectures come and deliver these topics to us, and that is my favorite part about the program. When I just finished my first year, I received an email from the Finance and Scholarships team about different funding opportunities available for the students. So I was really hesitant in the beginning, but a faculty member advised me to inquire more about it. So I got the information that I needed, and I went ahead and applied for it. After a few days, it was finally the announcement day. I finally did receive it. I couldn't believe it for a while. It was so surreal. The scholarship changed my life, and I've been able to focus on myself a lot more, and it continued me and inspired me to do more, and I'm really grateful for these opportunities. For anyone looking for scholarships, my advice would be take your time to do your research. There are different funding opportunities. I applied for Pro Vice Chancellor's Award and SP Bahi Award. There are also other categories like academic excellence, sports excellence. There's also women in engineering grant, financial aid, and different other categories. So definitely take your time to do more research on what fits best for you. You can reach out to admissions team if you are a new to Curtin student, but if you're already a student with us, you can speak to the finance team and scholarships team on what categories are available and how you can apply to these. Being in the aerospace industry was my dream since I was a child, and having received the scholarship from the top 1% university in the world has made it come true. As I'm done with my degree, I'm planning to pursue my master's in applied sciences, aerospace engineering with a material specialization, and I'm looking forward to making tomorrow better.
Excellent. So I think the kind of multiculturalism that the student gets if they go to the Australian campus, it is nowhere less than that if they are doing it from the Dubai campus, however at a much lower cost and closer to their home country as well. These are the two, most
I think
important.
one thing that does need to be highlighted is that with Dubai being a spot where it's a layover to many more countries. So if you want, it's sort of like a pathway that you have to pass through to go to different countries. And I think that really reflects in the kind of people that you're surrounded with, be it at a university or an institution. And that's a sort of learning that you get. So apart from your academics, you're also building interpersonal skills. And I think that comes by with the diversity that's there.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. So see, this is done now. If we talk about the course structure, okay, how are you, incorporating the industry, oriented programs? How are you giving them the life skills or the skill-based education? How are you doing that? If you can just throw some light on that.
Okay, so I think what can be said regarding the same is that at Curtin Dubai, we make sure that our courses stay industry relevant. So by keeping a close connection with what's happening in the real world. Our programs are designed such with industry needs in mind, so that students, when they graduate with skills that employers actually look for. How do we do that, or how do we ensure that forward, is that we do have a lot many guest lectures, workshops, and real world projects that happen at the university or even outside. What we have also done is we do have many of our faculty members that come from the industry background, bringing practical insights into the classroom. So what happens here is that you don't wait till you enter the industry to do or start your learning. You actually learn that while you're in your classes. So that's our way of maintaining our industry relevant efforts. What another thing that I do definitely want to highlight is that we do offer internships and industry partnerships. This is something that we maintain throughout the year. It's our way of ensuring that the students become ever ready for the industry even before they complete the program and move forward.
Okay, so is it both for the undergraduate and postgraduate courses?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is something that I think I should definitely highlight. Over here, government in itself is very supportive in the earn while you learn. I think that's their concept, where they believe that even at the undergrad level or the postgraduate level, a student should have that sort of skills that are expected when they move forward to the industry. And that will only start once they're in their classroom. So how do we bring that about? Are those ways that we ensure that that's a way that we give the education to the students.
Yeah, so like another key reason of many students choosing Dubai is that they have this option of studying part time and working full time. So that option is also available with Curtin Dubai, is it?
Yes, and this is really something not just university promoted, it's something that's even supported by the government. It's just to ensure that the students are ever ready, no matter when they start forward.
Okay, excellent then. So now let's come to the funding part, which is the next important thing. So like regarding scholarships, what kind of support does the government as well as the university provide to the students?
So, in all honesty, we truly believe that no financial constraint should be a barrier to quality education, which is why there are varieties of scholarship and financial aid options available for international students. So, what we have done forward here is we have broken down in terms of the options that we have in scholarships. The students have the options to either go under the academic excellence scholarship, which again ranges from 10% all the way up to 50%. But let's say a student is not academically thriving, but they are involved in extracurricular activities or they're involved with sports activities and so forward. We actually ensure that we look into covering those or understanding those and seeing what are the scholarships that can be granted to the students. So these are all our different ways to ensure that the students have options in order to fund for their education, to ensure that they have that sort of quality education.
Okay, and apart from the scholarships, any financial aids or something that is also provided?
Yes, we do look into financial aids again. That is also something that we cover to ensure that that's also another opportunity that's given. So simple to say, it's just on the students' application. Once they send that forward, we as a team look forward to seeing what are the different ways we can help out. As long as we understand the situation, we're going to find you a solution that will work out best for you.
Okay, so in case a student has a fund crunch, in that case, I think we can write to you and let you know about that, and if it is the student is eligible enough, then definitely
a dedicated committee. So the scholarship committee looks into all of these applications to see where can we help the student out, because in the end of the day, that's the whole point. We're trying to make a difference in the student's life, in their education, to ensure that they are ever ready.
So it's like an auto scholarship, like on offer students get a scholarship, or is it separately student has to apply?
No, so if they're applying on the basis of the academics, then it's going to be an auto, because there are certain slabs that are provided under it, and depending on that, we grant the students the academics. But for cases where it's sports, where it's financial aid, we're going to be looking into multiple documents before a decision is granted on how much is a scholarship going to be given to the student.
Okay, that's good. I mean, there are multiple options for
exactly.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
So next I would like to ask you about the visa process. Visa process we know is very simple and hassle free for Dubai, and mostly it is supported by the institution. However, I would like to know about the visa success rate. What can be the do's and don'ts for getting a rejection in visa?
I think what's important with visa applications is that first and foremost, just apply in time. And I think that's something that the institute is definitely going to communicate, that there are certain timings during which we start our application. What we try to do is we ensure that the applications are started much earlier, so that God forbid, if the student does face any issues, we know how to go about it or how can we sort it out with additional documents. But in all honesty, with the success rate, UAE government in itself has made it very easy to apply for visa applications. So it's a very simple process. There are certain documents. There's a form that we request the students to send forward to us, and we have all of those collected. And then our PRO from here will send all the documents to the government and ensure that the process is handled forward. Usually, at max, you'd be seeing maybe 2 working weeks within which you'll have a definite answer. So, in terms of application, in terms of success rate, the process is very smooth.
Okay, so the maximum time a student can expect to get his visa is 2 weeks. That is what you're saying, right?
So 2 working weeks within which you would, majority of the times what we see is we do get quicker responses, obviously, if we apply earlier. But let's say I'm saying worst come situation, it's going to be 2 weeks at max.
Okay, okay. And okay, fine. So this is sorted. So visa is going to be taken care by the institution itself. The student need not worry at all. And of course, we are there to assist the student as well as the authorized representatives of the university. So apart from this, like every student will ask another question, that is, what after the student visa is, over? Right? So how is the process that works? Say a student has graduated and has got a job, okay? Then how the visa has to be converted or what has to be done? And also if the student has completed but still wants to not got a job right away, but wants to still wait and look for a job, then how does it work? I would like to, ask that.
I think the point that I did mention earlier, that because the government is very supportive in terms of the students, earning while they're learning, what they focus a lot more is trying to ensure that these students start forward with internships that can be converted into full-time jobs. So there are, even when the companies send forward requests that, oh, we're looking for a particular position here, we're looking at a particular position there, would you be able to provide students for the same? So even when they are sending it forward, their idea is to have these students be on an internship to see or test the waters with the candidates and see how exactly are they performing. And if that is successful, they basically move that forward to a full-time job. So that's something that the student can expect in terms of the changing. Now, as per the visa, obviously, while they're studying with us, they're going to be on the student residential visa. But once they move forward to their employment, the company in itself will sponsor them. So now, instead of the university being the sponsor, the companies will become the sponsor. And that could be most likely a 2-year program or 2-year visa or visa that is going to be sponsored by their companies. So they move automatically from a student residential visa to an employment visa, and that's also a residential visa. Whereas let's take a situation where a student has completed the program, but yet hasn't looked out for an option or still has. You do have your grace period within which you can apply. So you will have like a month extra where you'll be able to appeal forward in terms of jobs. But let's say that's also expired. A visit visa is also much easier to apply once you've already become a resident. So it's a very smoother option for you when you're looking at, because you've already entered the country, you are aware of the system, you know how things work around here. You're a little bit or fine-tuned in terms of applications and sending the applications forward. Even with Curtin, I think one thing that I do want to highlight, because we do have a dedicated department, that's our placement department, that actually works towards the students, not only ensuring that they have the opportunities, but ensuring that they are the right candidate. And how do you do that forward is basically your CV. What are the words that need to be used? LinkedIn, what are the words you're going to use? How are you going to apply? How are you going to go by the process? So it's a very step-by-step process. It's not going to be a student who's going to come in the blind and just trying to find a job. You're going to have people who are skilled in that area, helping you or guiding you or giving you inputs that are going to help you in this region. So I think that in itself, all these arms that a student is going to be given is genuinely going to help them with getting the placements or getting themselves sorted from education towards work.
So if we, that answers my question really well. So if we consider on return of investment, I would say that Dubai gives you the best opportunity because you have the option of earning while you learn, and also you are able to get into skill anywhere after you have just completed your
And
degree.
one more thing that I do wish to highlight, because this has worked fantastically with us, because the government has multiple visa opportunities, they have also focused a lot more on golden visas. So students who actually are academically performed higher throughout their program, they do have the chance to apply for a 5-year visa or a 10-year visa and be granted that on the basis of their academics. So if you're somebody who genuinely excels at your academics, keep at it, because you're still going to have a fruitful end. And somebody who's more focused in terms of working hard work, putting that effort in, you can also do that. So there are two ways that a student can get those visas sorted forward.
Okay. So what kind of grades are you talking about here?
So a student must have a 9.5 and above in terms of the GPA to be calculated forward for the grade. So even on the website, if they go forward, they will, at the government website, there are a list of documents that the student is required. As long as they have all those documents sorted and meet the requirement, they're good to go.
Okay, and definitely the institution also gives this information to the student time to time so that they are aware and they know that they have to.
They need. Anytime the students need any help, all they need to do is just reach out to the department, because this is something that I tell my students as well. If you ask for help, believe me, you'll be granted. But if you sit and you think that somebody, or assume that somebody might help you, it won't work out. So just ask for help.
Okay, and what are the support services that you are giving? Like if you have to list the support services, what would it be?
I think what Curtin Dubai has very focusedly distributed is our departments. We actually have dedicated each department for different areas. So for example, you have your student success center, you have your student service center, you have your placement department, you have your Curtin Life. So what each of these department does is, for example, the student service center looks at all the academics. So anything that a student is facing forward, unit enrollment issues, they're not aware what the grades have happened by, how do they go about it, they basically go back to the student service center. You have a dedicated department called as a Student Success Center, which has entirely been created for students who come from international borders, because we understand that the type of education that they might have had, or the system that they might be used to, would be very different from what we have here. So how do we help the students transition from that to this is basically where the Student Success Center comes in from. So even in terms of writing, even in terms of presentations, debates, they're going to be somebody who's going to be able to give you an input. Then you have Curtin Life. Curtin Life is a department that entirely looks at all the non-academic aspects. So we are obviously taking care in terms of the academics, but we also understand that while you're spending majority of your time here, you are also building who you are going to be. And I think that's something that gets provided by your non-academic aspects. So be it in terms of field trips, be it in terms of sports, be it in terms of activities, events, Curtin Life will be looking at that. So at Curtin Dubai, simple to say, we have dedicated departments that have been set up for each area. So any pain area that a student has, we are ready to address that because we have a team dedicated for that.
Okay, that's excellent. Thank you so much. I think this is very insightful for students to know that how it will be to study at Curtin Dubai. So you have already mentioned us that the degree that the student gets from the Curtin campus, Dubai campus, is identical to the one they get from the Australian campus, right? However, I would like to ask, like, is there an option of, taking a campus transfer to any of the campuses that you have? You have that kind of an option?
Students do have two opportunities. They can, one, explore a semester exchange where they basically go by and do one semester at the other Curtin campuses and then come by to graduate here. Or if you would like that, no, I have decided that I do want to proceed forward with that particular campus and I want to graduate there, then you basically enroll for your next units there. So even in terms of this process, we do have, again, the student service center that assists the students with these movements. So it's again a dedicated department that will help them transition and give them an idea as to what needs to be done step by step.
Okay, and will they be also considered for the PSW that is there, say for Australia? If the student does one semester in Dubai campus and the rest of the semesters in Australian campus, in that case, do they get considered for the PSW?
Yes. So, for example, what needs to be kept in mind is that when you're at Dubai, you'll obviously be following the Dubai's conditions in terms of the government. When you move forward to Australia, you're going to follow what they have. So, as long as they're spending their time there, as long as they're putting those hours there, they're definitely going to be considered as per their regulations.
No, why I'm asking this question is that specifically for Australia, a 2-year degree is required to be able to be eligible for PSW. So, in case for a 2-year degree that the student has started in Curtin Dubai, and then from the second semester, that is 1.5 years, they are spending in the Australian campus. In that case, will they be still considered for the PSW?
No. So again, that's as per their rules or as per the regulations. It's a requirement that the student must complete 2 years. So the student would end up doing extra units there. They might start forward here, which is why we always recommend, at least specifically in the undergraduate programs, the students can do 1 trimester or even a year and then look into a transfer because you'll still have 2 years there.
2 years, yeah. So bachelor's, in case of bachelor's, that is applicable. But yeah. So okay, go. That point clear. So I think we are done with, almost all the things that needed to be, taken information for. So to the audience, please do, send queries to us. Please do reach out to us with your queries for Curtin Dubai, or if you need more information on Dubai as a whole. And with that, I would like to also ask the closing remarks from Firdous for today's session, and then we will be, closing the session. So, closing remarks.
Once again, I'm genuinely happy to be here. This is, I think, something that I speak on behalf of my entire team. We are ever ready to help the students. You just, any queries you have, even if you think it's a simple question, just feel free to reach out because our team works towards making that change. So if you have any questions, you feel like you want to get clarity on something, just feel free to reach out. Each and every admission officer here would be happy to help out. So we're genuinely happy that we were able to share this information. We're able to build this sort of connect, and hopefully we will see many more of our students at the audiences at the Curtin Dubai campus.
Absolutely, I hope the same as well, and I do look forward to have you again in any such session in the future, and I'm sure the students would be, coming to us querying about Curtin Dubai very soon. So the request to the students and the audience, please do like us, share us on your social media handles, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to get the notifications of our upcoming sessions. Thank you.